In a world addicted to noise, being noticed isn't hard, but being wanted, that's different. Most people chase attention. They talk more, post more, push harder, and still, they're ignored. But what if you flip the script? What if they started chasing you? This isn't about being flashy. It's about understanding the psychology behind pull, not push. Influence isn't loud, it's magnetic. And when you learn to control that magnetism, people start leaning in without knowing why. There's one trick that makes this happen. One shift that turns you from forgettable into fascinating. And no, it's not manipulation. It's not a gimmick. It's something anyone can do, starting today. If you've ever felt like you're overlooked, underappreciated, or just tired of trying too hard, this video is your turning point. Let's get into it. To make people chase your attention, you need to understand why they chase anything at all. Humans are wired to seek what feels scarce, novel, or unfinished. We're naturally drawn to mystery and discomfort. This isn't a flaw, it's survival instinct. The unknown holds potential. It makes us curious, and curiosity is one of the most powerful forms of engagement. That's why people pay attention to the unavailable, the unpredictable, the undefined. If something is always accessible, it blends into the background, but once it steps away, it suddenly matters more. That's the scarcity effect. When something seems limited, we assume it's valuable. Our brains associate rarity with worth, even if that worth hasn't been proven. This is why trying too hard backfires. Constantly being available, over-explaining, or oversharing doesn't build interest, it drains it. The moment you stop giving people room to wonder, you stop giving them a reason to care. Attention can't be forced, it has to be earned through tension, the right kind. Let's go deeper. There's also something called the Zeigarnik effect. It describes our tendency to remember uncompleted tasks better than completed ones. If someone starts telling a story and walks away before finishing it, we obsess over what's missing. That gap becomes irresistible. Apply that to your presence. Show just enough, but never everything. Let others fill in the blanks. That mental engagement is far more powerful than any loud introduction. Then there's social validation. People chase what others seem interested in. If you enter a space with quiet confidence, head high, no urgency, others notice. And if someone else pays attention to you first, others follow. Not because they understand why, but because group focus signals something important is happening. That's behavioral mirroring, and it's deeply embedded in our psychology. But here's the twist. This doesn't work if it's fake. People can smell performance. Real presence comes from alignment. You know who you are. You're not trying to prove it, you just live it. That internal stability radiates outward, and it speaks louder than anything you say. The trick isn't to demand attention. It's to become a source of emotional contrast. In a world of noise, be calm. In a room full of force, be still. In chaos, be composed. People notice contrast, and if your energy feels different in a room, you become memorable by default. To activate this psychology, stop explaining yourself. Start living with focus. Speak when it matters. Move with purpose. Let your energy do the work, and people will naturally lean in. Not because you asked for it, but because they feel it. This shift starts with awareness. You don't need to chase connection when you become the one others seek out. Before we continue with the video and reveal how to apply this principle to your everyday life, I've got one quick ask. I'm building a community focused on growth, self-respect, and real presence, and your support helps it grow. So if you're getting value, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you being here. If you want to make people chase your attention, you need to become a question they want to answer, not a statement they've already read. Intrigue is built when you stop trying to impress and start being unpredictable in meaningful ways. People don't pursue what's obvious. They pursue what's just out of reach, what challenges their assumptions, what doesn't give everything away. The trick is creating space for imagination. That means you intentionally withhold, not in a manipulative way, but in a way that sparks curiosity. When someone meets you, don't flood them with every detail about your life, opinions, or achievements. Share one sharp insight, then shift the focus. Drop something thought-provoking, then move on. Leave gaps. Those gaps keep people thinking about you long after the interaction ends. Next, redefine consistency. Most people try to be consistent by being predictable, but intrigue thrives on layered identity. That doesn't mean being inconsistent. it means showing different strengths in different situations, calm in conflict, bold in creativity, focused when others drift. These shifts build complexity. Complexity builds interest. Another key is timing. Intrigue is destroyed by overexposure. If you're constantly reaching out, always the one initiating, you remove the chase. Step back sometimes. Let others wonder where you've gone. Silence, when used with purpose, is louder than constant presence. Your body language matters too. How you move through a room sends a message before you say a word. Walk with intention. Make eye contact briefly, not desperately. Smile when it means something, not as a default. These choices create an air of self-possession. You don't need attention. You're simply at ease with or without it. That energy is rare, and rarity pulls people in. Most importantly, master your reactions. When someone tests your boundaries or tries to get a rise out of you, stay composed. Nothing builds intrigue like emotional self-control. When people realize they can't predict or provoke you, their curiosity multiplies. And finally, don't seek to be liked. Aim to be remembered. People chase what leaves a mark. Not the loudest voice, but the one that made them think, feel, or question something. That's the person who lingers in their mind. Intrigue can't thrive in the wrong environment. While the core trick draws attention, how you manage it determines whether people stay interested or lose it instantly. One of the biggest mistakes people make is overusing their presence. When you constantly insert yourself into conversations, post excessively, or always have something to say, your energy starts to dilute. Attention relies on contrast. If you're always visible, you become background noise. Another common error is inconsistency without direction. Being unpredictable is powerful, but only if it stems from depth. Switching personalities, opinions, or behaviors with no clear identity confuses people rather than attracts them. You don't need to be chaotic to be interesting. You need layers, not masks. Oversharing also kills mystery. When you give too much, too fast, you remove any sense of discovery. People want to earn insight, not be handed a full autobiography. Keep the narrative open. Let others connect dots. Their mental investment creates emotional attachment. Neediness is another silent killer. Subtle hints, constant check-ins, or trying to extend interactions beyond their natural end signals insecurity. And insecurity drives people away. The more you chase, the more others withdraw. Let go of the need to control outcomes. Control your own standards instead. False humility is equally destructive. Downplaying your strengths excessively, pretending to be unsure just to seem modest. These behaviors confuse confidence with self-deprecation. Real pull comes from quiet certainty, not strategic self-doubt. Timing matters too. Jumping into the spotlight too quickly or lingering too long reduces impact. Know when to speak, when to leave, when to disappear. The ability to exit with poise often leaves a stronger impression than staying too long. Trying to be mysterious without substance also backfires. You can't build intrigue on emptiness. If there's no real story beneath the silence, people eventually move on. Develop your craft, sharpen your mind, stay curious. Then your silence carries weight because it's backed by something real. Mastering intrigue means avoiding attention traps. Don't let validation drive your behavior. Instead, focus on being a person worth discovering. The power of attention magnetism isn't theoretical. It's something you can apply across every setting in your daily life. These shifts don't require more effort, just smarter intent. Subtle changes create disproportionate impact. Let's start with social dynamics. In group settings, don't aim to dominate. Instead, listen actively and enter with quiet confidence. Share one concise, valuable idea, then give space for others to speak. This contrast, brief input followed by stillness, creates tension. It suggests that when you do speak, it matters. You're not chasing attention, you're setting the rhythm. In friendships, don't try to be everywhere, every time. Let your availability feel intentional. Cancelling plans occasionally or taking time to yourself isn't rudeness. It creates space. When people sense your time is respected, they automatically value it more. The key is not being distant, but deliberate. Professional environments offer countless chances to apply this principle. Impact statements. Your brevity and timing signal control. Avoid offering input on every topic. Pick your moments and deliver with conviction. You'll notice people pausing to hear what you'll say next. Leadership settings reward the same pattern. When leading a team, offer fewer instructions and more presence. Walk the floor, observe behavior, and ask thoughtful questions instead of barking directives. When you do issue guidance, it lands harder because it wasn't expected. Distance, when used with intent, communicates authority without needing volume. Now apply this socially, dating, networking, or casual encounters, speaking clean, composed sentences. No rambling, no oversharing. Let them ask follow-ups. That reversal builds curiosity. Most people over-explain themselves in the first moments. Hold back. Let them work to know you. Online, stop flooding timelines. Instead, post less frequently, but with more depth. Share bold perspectives, not consensus opinions. Don't just share moments, share mindset. Make people feel like your words come from a place they haven't accessed before. That emotional contrast in a digital sea of sameness creates memorability. Even in digital messaging, apply scarcity. Don't always respond immediately. Vary your tone. Shift between short replies and thoughtful insights. The pattern disrupts expectations, and that disruption triggers engagement. With family, the same principles hold. Be supportive, but don't insert advice unless asked. People start coming to you when they sense your words carry weight, not because you force it, but because you reserve it. Apply this to interviews, negotiations, or sales. Don't overtalk. Instead, build tension. Pause after big statements. Let your confidence show in how comfortable you are with silence. People associate comfort in stillness with control. That perception earns more than forced persuasion ever could. Lastly, think about how you enter and leave spaces. Show up fully, then exit cleanly. Don't linger to be noticed. The sharpness of your departure leaves a stronger impact than overstaying. That clean break creates a gap people want to fill. Real intrigue is built in these everyday decisions. You don't need a bigger personality, you need better timing, cleaner delivery, and tighter self-control. These actions create emotional ripple effects. And the best part, once you integrate these habits, they compound. The less you chase attention, the more it finds you. Not by accident, but by the pattern you've crafted. The ability to draw attention without asking for it is rare. It isn't taught in school, and it doesn't come from mimicry. It's cultivated through deliberate thought, restraint, and self-direction. You're not here to entertain the masses, you're here to master your space. And when you do, others feel it, even if they can't explain why. People aren't drawn to noise. They're drawn to certainty, to calm, to someone who knows who they are and isn't trying to sell it. This shift isn't about turning yourself into a mystery. It's about eliminating the habits that dilute your presence. By focusing on timing, precision, and emotional control, you naturally become more compelling without performing. Attention is a byproduct of energy. When your energy is balanced and intentional, people respond. You don't have to be flashy. You just have to be consistent, aware, and quietly powerful. This isn't about withholding who you are. It's about revealing the right parts at the right time. That's not manipulation. It's discipline. It means you lead with clarity and reveal depth through action, not noise. Eventually, you'll notice people looking twice, pausing to hear what you say, reaching out without you initiating. That's not coincidence. It's cause and effect. You've now got the tools. What you do with them is yours to decide. Now let's hear from you. What's one habit you're ready to break to become more magnetic? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm reading them all. If this video gave you a new way to think about presence and attention, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more content that helps you lead with precision, not performance. This channel is for the thinkers, the calm leaders, the ones done with chasing. If that's you, welcome in.